Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you can't tell, I am not manifesting more of this, but I did lose my voice 2 days ago and it was just like completely gone, but it's coming back now because usually I don't get sick very often, and I feel like this time period away of me not being able to speak was actually for a good reason, because I find like all these times that something comes up, I always know at this point that it's going to mean something, that it's going to have a purpose, so I always trust it, and it definitely did. I feel like I just got more deeper insights and just more stuff that I want to share with you guys, just like more ways of explaining things as well. So hopefully you can hear me okay with this voice, but I really wanted to bring this up today. I just have this way of explaining things now, and I know you probably might have heard this before, like what I'm going to say here, but hopefully when I explain it this way, it sort of clicks with you more, just because I found it did with me when I kind of looked at it from this point of view. So essentially, what you're living in right now, like this world you're seeing right now as you're watching this video, this is the past. You're living in the past. And how I know this is because if you go into your imagination right now, you can have anything instantly, right? You can imagine anything instantly. And we've said in other videos, imagination creates reality. Imagination is reality. Creation is finished. And every possibility exists. And you can choose any possibility, right? Like we talked about the selector, selecting something like a remote. You select what show you're going to watch, right? You put it on. But what's happening right now when you're out in the world, you're seeing what's going on right now. This is stuff you've already selected. And I know you might have heard this before, but like, again, let me explain. I always say this. So what this means is that imagination is the true reality. Imagination is where things are happening in the now. Everything happens now, like right at this second, right now. That's why all these spiritual teachers are saying, oh, you already have your desire right now. It's already happening right now. I've said it too. It's happening right now. And why is that? It's because imagination is the true reality. We have it flipped around. We've thought that this reality this whole time is the real one, which it's not. Your true self is in imagination. That is the real you. The one in imagination that has everything, that's the real you. And you have to identify with that one. You have to realize that imagination is reality. Like when I say imagination is reality, like I am saying it is basically more important than what's out here. Like as in, you have to flip it around. So when you're living your life day to day, realize that this out here is the past. Because what happens when you pick something in imagination is that you visualize it, you see it, or whatever, you affirm for it. That is happening right now. So when you visualize that thing, it just happened right now. Like you just saw it happen. And then now when you come back to this physical world and you don't see it here, it's because it already happened, okay? Like it already happened now. Like that was when they say you have a desire right now. That's because it just happened. It already happened, okay? And then when you come back to this reality, you're living in your past experiences in this reality. So all you just did was you experienced something in the real reality out there, and then all it does is it slowly plays out in this reality as well. As in, like you are just living in your past thoughts all the time. So whatever you thought of a few days ago, whatever you thought of yesterday, like that's what you're experiencing right now. And then so what you just saw that happened right now in imagination is then going to play out here, because every time that you're affirming for it to remind yourself that it happened, you're just remembering it. You're remembering that it already happened, because you are everything and every possibility exists and you've already experienced everything. Like the true you who's forgotten, who's playing this illusion, has just forgotten that you've already experienced everything. So you're simply just remembering. All you're doing is remembering things that have already happened, right? Like in this reality that you're living in, this is the past. This is you just living out your day-to-day thoughts all the time. So when you think about reality, think about imagination, because everything, like time doesn't exist. Time is a construct. So imagination is the true reality because everything does happen right now. It happens in the now moment. There is no true past, no true future, though this reality is given to us so that we can experience things as if, we're living them on a linear timeline, but really we're just living out the things that we chose to experience from all the stuff that we've already lived through. We're literally choosing like memories of ours and then we're just living in them. Or like, yeah, I remember that one time that I went to a hotel in like the Dominican and oh my God, I had like the best vacation ever. Like, you want to go on a trip or something? You're remembering that because you already did it. Because you are everything. Because everything has already happened. You're simply selecting. That's why I said you're selecting what show to watch, right? Like the movie was already made. The movie's already been made the whole time. You're just choosing what movie you want to put on. And that's what's happening in this reality. So when you don't see what you want manifesting out here, it's because you're too focused on the past. You're looking at the past for the future. You're looking at this reality and thinking, okay, like I don't know, you're just looking at it's like looking at the movie you're currently watching and being like, man, I wanted to watch Aladdin. Like, why am I watching Pirates of the Caribbean right now? This is so frustrating. And then just like yelling at the movie because you're not happy, even though you chose that movie. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So you have to go choose a different movie if you don't like the one you're watching. Don't yell at the movie because it's not going to do anything, right? So if you're not seeing what you want in this reality, it's because you are too focused within the past. Your mind is in the past. Your mind is in the 3D world too often. So all you have to do is be more often in the real reality, which is imagination. So every day of your life, be like, a lot of teachers have talked about this, but be like a little child, be like a little kid, constantly imagining, like you're the queen of whatever, you're, like you own your own company, like you're an astronaut, whatever you want to be, like just start playing more. That's why my channel is called The Soul's Playground, right? Like, we come here to play because we've already had all these experiences and now we're just going through our memories and then we're living in them. Like, we're just choosing which ones we want to repeat and then we just live in them. Like, this is the past. It's just watching old movies. That's all we're doing all the time. And so it's so funny that we give so much attention to this reality. Like, I literally laugh at myself now. Because you're everything. Like, you had every single experience ever and you can see it right now in imagination. You can literally go into your imagination right now and choose something, whatever you want. And the moment you've chosen that, even before you chose it, it already happened. And you're just selecting like from the home videos that you already have. Like, they've already happened. They're your memories from the past. And now in this reality, you just get to live through them again. It's just like playing old memories, but you get to be in them. Just think of it like immersive old videos. There's a show I watched actually that had this concept in it. I forget what it's called. It's on Prime. It's like they go into this like game world sort of, and she starts to forget which world's the real world. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but anyways, yeah, this is, I don't know, it's a concept that's been talked about. I feel like people have said this before, but it's like, you don't really grasp it until you really think about it. We are living in the past. This is the past. And that's why if you trust in what it is that you've remembered, that you've affirmed for, it's gonna manifest out here because that thing's already happened. You're just remembering it. And the moment that you remember it, that you think about it, that's like selecting it. So you'll experience that out here unless you start selecting something different. And that's why you don't see it, is because you've selected something you've already experienced instead of selecting something new. And that happens when you're too focused in the 3D. So when you choose something in imagination, be fulfilled in the knowing that that thing has already happened. It's not even like you're creating anything new. Like, it's already happened. You're just choosing to live in that memory is all you're doing. And you have to just be so confident that imagination, like, I hate calling it imagination because it's not, it's reality. This is the illusion. Out here is just the past. But if you just realize how real imagination is, that it is the real thing that you're living in. So when you see that number of $1 million in your bank account, you have that much money because you already had it It already happened. So you can just select it and be like, okay, I want to live in this reality. And now when you go back to your body in the 3D world, like, you know, you're living in the present moment in the 3D world, experiencing, it's going to just come up because it's just like a reel. You're just playing out these old memories on this reel. And there's nothing left to do. You don't have to constantly remember it. You can if you want to. You can think like, oh yeah, I remember when that happened. Like, just keep affirming for it if you want to. But regardless, like, it'll play out here as long as you know that it's already in your past. Like, you've already experienced it. I don't know. Hopefully this video makes sense to you guys, but this is just such a life-changing concept, I feel. Just knowing that it is the truth too, by the way. Like, when I say this, it's not just a way of thinking. This is actually what's happening. Like, you are living through past memories, past experiences that you've already had because you've forgotten who you are. You are God, you are the universe, or everything to ever exist, and you've experienced everything. And then now you just want to come back here and live through it again. It's like you just want to live through your memories. That's all you want to do. So it's not like you're having to really work hard for anything or try so hard to get something because you already have it. That's the funny part. You already have it, and then you're just, I don't know, you're just remembering. So don't make life so serious. That's the thing. Have more fun with it. Start imagining like random fun things you want to experience. Start putting that on your timeline, because think of it like, I don't know, you're like putting together a film for yourself that you want to live in. What do you want in your film? Start adding different characters that you want. Start adding all the fun things you want to do in your film. Like, add a bucket list of things. Like, just start adding everything random. Don't focus so much on one thing, because the moment that you've affirmed for it, it's already added. So you don't have to keep worrying about it because it's already on your timeline. It's already checked off. Like, it's going to happen. It'll just roll through in this past reality that you're living in, this physical world. Because, yeah, it's literally just playing out the clips that you chose. That's it. So don't give attention to this outside world unless it's showing you something that you want more of, because the more you focus on something out here, the more you're going to experience of it. Because no matter what, it's always your imagination that's thinking. It's always your thoughts that are creating, that are not even creating, choosing, right? So even when we don't realize it, if we're too focused on here, on like a result of something, like if we're constantly checking out here, you're just going to experience more of that same thing, because that's what you just selected to have happen again. That's the past experience that you want to keep experiencing over and over and over, instead of selecting something different. And the only way you can ever select something new to experience is by going in imagination and selecting it there, because imagination is reality. This is the past. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna end this video here. Hopefully you guys find this helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. All right, bye. Also comment, like, and subscribe if I didn't already say that. Okay, bye.